Welcome back to your number one podcast. This is Underrated Profession. I'm Mr. Sauls, aka Mikestro.
I'm Alton Mitchell, aka Quick
in the building.
William Graham, aka the Big Fundamentals.
Yes, sir. So before we start, we want them to like, subscribe, and click that bell to be notified.
Yes, sir.
Make sure. So what we got today for him, Mr. Mitchell?
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out because y'all might have already seen the first couple episodes that we always mention.
Yeah.
This gentleman, we have an honor to have him here today. You know, he's a busy man, so we're glad to have him here, Mr. Quick. So y'all think y'all think we're making up? Think we're just making up a person?
Right. He's here.
You see, he's real. So we just we just been holding it down for him while we getting these test pilot episodes in here.
Right.
So we appreciate y'all hanging in. We're glad to have him in the building. So we'll be seeing him in and out. You know, so like I said, busy. We all busy, but we glad we was able to get this one in. So you'll be seeing Mr. Quick in the building because it's a 3-man show. So we got the team rocking right now. So
Good to be here too. With Mr. Sauls and Mr. AKA. He has so many. But it's a great podcast. We definitely got a great show for you today.
Yeah.
What is the topic?
The topic is mental health.
Barbers
and mental health. Before we get started, I do got to say, how y'all fellas doing though? Y'all good?
Oh, I'm good, man. I'm good, man.
Yeah. Well, we all. I forgot to mention we here on location here at the Wake Tech Public Safety Campus here in Raleigh, North Carolina. So just want to make sure we give a shout out to our location.
Yes, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? We might find us at a shop or a school near you.
That's right.
Hey, you know what we do here? We inform, we educate, and we celebrate the barbering field. So that's what we're talking about today, mental health. Well, you want to start off?
So this is a tough one, yo. Like this is a real. I don't know about y'all, but I know preparing for staying true to the school format. We had to make sure we did some homework for this episode.
Right.
But I know for me, I don't know about y'all. I know it was it was a very interesting. I know it might be a little deep for some folks.
Right.
But,
it was a little challenging for me too. To come up with some
mental health. But I think it's a very important topic.
And it is.
What you think, Mr.
I totally agree. I think we first gotta definitely understand what is it.
Okay.
Right. Right.
I look at it more as a something that is more involved in our daily life now. We have kids now, about the generation now.
Right.
Communication with the phones and so forth. So we first got to know what is mental health. Mr. Sauls, what do you think mental health is?
For me to put it in my own words, mental health, I think it starts internally. It starts with the person. Because you gotta love yourself, and if you don't love yourself, I think that's what can turn into the mental health situations with not loving yourself or not feel like you've been loved.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And like the whole world is against you, type of thing.
Good point.
That's my little take on it.
Well, I think that's a good point. Also, with you saying that, it's actually part of the mental health. With it being a part of emotional, like you said, the emotional, loving yourself and so forth. What about your point of it?
Man, so this was, like I said, this was so many layers to it with the mental health, because I know it's looking at it from a barber perspective, we so sometimes caught up on our customers and we don't think about it for ourselves. But mental health, I would think mental health is when it could be when you're not emotionally, like you said, mentioned like emotionally, right? But I think sometimes the mental health can be, like lack of confidence, or it could be hereditary, I think, right? It could be something that could be handed out. You may have mental health and may not even know you have mental health. It depending on what type of upbringing or what kind of environment you're in. Is it even mental health even discussed? Because we know there's real talk in the black community, we know a lot of times we
rarely talk about it.
Yeah. So,
seriously.
But yeah, I know you did a deeper homework on it, so I'm curious to see.
I know he about to hit us with some.
We've been saving him for you for a reason. It's going down, brother.
But seriously, you know, we all joke and play, but with us knowing that we as instructors and you as students and you as our audience,
Right.
we deal with so much day to day. Mr. Graham was saying, Ms. Sauls was saying, life is hard.
Yeah.
Let's first by saying that. Okay. So mental health is dealing with our social, our psychological, our emotions. That's everything involved with mental health. So first we got to look at it as acute or chronic.
Okay.
So the small factors we deal with the mild, moderate,
Right.
and of course
Right.
the major.
Right.
So mental health, we want to look at it and where is it at in our location. Of course, if it's not affecting us, somewhere else is not going to affect us.
Right.
If it's in our location, in our confines, and it's definitely going to affect us. So
Yes.
we want to know. So
Yes.
North Carolina, we want to look at the statistics. And right now, from 2019 to 2020, we're actually above average on our mental health cases, which means that the United States average is 31%. We're about 35%. And that means cases are
Just North
confirmed.
Carolina, about
North Carolina
35%. Yeah.
Wow.
So we're above average with our mental health issues.
Wow.
So this is something we definitely want to talk about and something we want to bring to the forefront.
Right.
Wow.
And like you were saying earlier, like about what was the age groups that you were saying? Like,
Right.
what 12 was? We were 12 to
12 to 17.
12 to 17.
Right.
That's
Adolescents, that's about 16.7%. Which adults, we're about 8%.
Right.
cases. So mental health in the 12 to 17 age
Yeah.
range is big right now.
yeah.
Wow.
And like you were saying as well, like you know, the younger generation, they're not talking, they're not getting stuff off the chest, so we won't know
Right.
if they what type of issues they having, you
Right.
know. So
Right.
so that's why this.
Yeah, that's what I was
That's
curious.
why we having this today, you
Yeah,
know?
I brought that up. I was curious about it. And so, if you're wondering, barbers and students, and you know, just like you said, audience in general that's watching this episode, you know, one reason why I think was feeling that's important that I didn't say earlier why we should talk about mental health because as professionals, you know, we need to, you know, like something I tell our students, you know, we have to, you know, we want to make sure we look out for clients, or we want to take care of our customers, but we also got to make sure we take care of ourselves as well.
Correct.
So having this, you know, this discussion and this dialogue, I think is important for us as an industry because we have a tendency to be superheroes
That's right.
to customers,
Right.
and we don't want to have this conversation about mental health, right?
Right.
Even though there's some, I think Mitch, Saul, I think you mentioned something about that you saw that there was different programs out there that are they're partnered with.
Oh
like
yeah,
some of
yeah.
the-
It was actually in Mississippi. They got mental health training for barbers, and they also got mental health services for the barbers as well too, if they need it.
Right.
It was a barbershop in Mississippi. Just read up on that. And I guess we need it here. You know, we need it here,
Right.
and it's through the health department too. So you know,
Right.
so we need it here. We need it here. Start with us first, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. The contributing factors is we gotta talk about those. And I
Yeah.
remember we was talking about one of the contributing factors where we talk about our students, and we like to bring up our stories and testimonies. Mr. Graham,
Right.
great testimonies. I remember you talking about a student who you had one time, and he had so many anxiety issues. You know, it was hard for him to grasp on the barbering thing. So that might be a
Yeah.
contributing factor as well.
Right. So what we're gonna do is we got to go to a commercial break real quick. We'll be right back, and we're gonna dive deeper into this topic.